In the first instance, it is important to take into account the logistic profile of the country to which it is going to export, being Belgium characterized by its railroad infrastructure that allow it to be a country that is widely developed in logistics. From the Colombian Atlantic coast, there are shipping companies that offer direct services to Antwerp, with transit times from 13 days. The offer is complemented by routes that have connections in ports of Panama, Netherlands, Jamaica, and Germany, with transit times from 18 days. The port infrastructure of Belgium is composed of 8 ports and subports for commercial exchange. Antwerp and Zeebrugge are the main ports of entry, which have a unique geographical location, serving as a link to the markets of Netherlands, Great Britain, France, and Germany. It is possible to export Hass avocado under one of the two options. The first one is pest-free municipality that must be monitored every 6 months, and the second one is pest-free sites, where the ICA can certify individual sites as pest-free. For export, the first thing is to register as an exporter. After this, we must determine the specific characteristics of the country or region to which we want to export, and after the sworn statement is approved, the corresponding certificate of origin must be completed. The advantages of this FTA are to have new and greater market of opportunities, to establish new links in the production and supply chains, have the possibility of establishing productive and commercial alliances, have more customers and more consumers, and be able to offer better conditions to attract investors. For export, the first thing is to register as an exporter. The national government, with Decree 2788 of August 31, 2004 of Hacienda Minister, regulated the route, which is the only mechanism to identify, locate, and classify the subjects of obligation, administered and controlled by the DIAN. We must determine the specific characteristics of the country or region to which we want to export. Is Belgium, that the tariff sub-item for which we want to export is 0A0440,000 from Colombia to Belgium. According to the findings for the certificate of origin of avocados and fruit, it is necessary all the materials of Chapter 8 used must be fully obtained, and the value of all the materials of Chapter 17 used does not exceed 30% of the ex-works price of the product. Belgium belongs to the European Union, therefore, from March 1, 2005, the ISPM 15. This measure reduces the risk of dispersion of pests related to wooden packaging. The measure falls on pallets, wooden pallets, blocks, boxes, and other drapery and packagings of this material used commercially internationally. ICA is the entity responsible for authorizing the brand. The responsibility of phytosanitary treatment by the company authorized by the ICA ceases at the moment in which the packaging material is dispatched to the exporter. For Colombian products, for this product there are no commercial defense measures. Most favored nation clause, 5.1 tariff, 3 commercial invoices, which must contain a detailed explanation of the goods, quality or degree, unit prices. Food products must be labeled with the name of the product, a list of ingredients in descending order by weight, the quantities or categories of certain ingredients, the net quantity expressed in metric system, a deadline for consumption, storage conditions and of use and instructions, the name and address of the manufacturer, packer or seller established in the EU.
Created using Powtoon.
In terms of distribution channel, we will choose a short channel because we are exporting a perishable good, so it will be a better if we don't have layovers. The avocados might be get damaged. The best option after considering all the factors involved, such as hiring a 3PL, produce perishability, location of customer. It is in our best interest to eliminate intermediaries because of the short durability of the avocado. The long channel will generate losses in the business bidding hour that the time the products are Belgian, the overproducts won't be valuable. It's important to identify the physiochemical characteristics of avocado contains vitamin A, B, and E, and it's a good source of folic acid, niacin, thiamine, iron, and potassium. For that reason, the avocados are not packaged, so you have to take a brief care of them because they are very fragile. But you can put some Ariseptide that is not toxic for the name of the brand that we are exporting. The packaging we decide that is going to be done the way that the boxes with 4 kilogram avocado flour with 12 case and 23 storage high. Total 276 boxes in one pallet. Box with 10 kilograms avocado flour with 8 cases and 15 storage high. Total 120 bottles in one pallet. It's important to highlight the fact that the carton tray is located inside each box to avoid avocados squishing against each other, and the most important is to refrigerate container with fresh air or controlled atmosphere because it is important to be present the temperature of the avocado to prevent it from being damaged. We decided to use for many reasons, mainly for cost issues. With this method, we must take into account the following consideration. The responsibility of sellers goes until the merchandise passed through the vessel in the port of origin. The seller must assume costs and risks of loss or damage of the merchandise from the moment that the merchandise is left at the agree point. The seller must be responsible for leaving all the merchandise list and everything that must do with the shipping. The shipping will be done in sea transport. The responsible for the seller are delivered merchandise and necessary documents, the package and packaging, freight, customs, and export costs. And the responsibility for the buyer are merchandise payments, freight and insurance, import costs, delays, and